And what's up, everybody? I'm back with another video game review, and today we are reviewing Super Mario World. Yay, another Mario game. Woo, yay, woo, yay. This game was released back in, I think, whenever. It was a launch title with the Super Nintendo back in 1991. So yeah, and it was the definitive title with the game. Yeah, so it was extremely popular for that reason. Now I have this for the Super Nintendo, but I actually played this on the Game Boy Advance version of it. So Super Mario World, Super Mario Advance 2 was it's called, but I played Super Mario World on the GBA. On with backwards compatibility with my on my DS Lite. And so thank you to Darkrom7 Eli for letting me borrow this game and giving me the chance to play it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was gonna play it on the Super Nintendo, but it wasn't working. Might have to take it in to get it repaired. But I got the sequel working. So hint, hint, hint. So maybe the first one will work too. I haven't really tried it yet. But yeah. So what are my thoughts on this very revolutionary and very beloved Mario game? Let's jump right into it, shall we? First off, it was really, really cool. As somebody who just played through Wonder, so I'm probably going to date this video like crazy, but, just played through Wonder and gone back and seen a lot of other things in older Mario games like New Super Mario Bros. Or all that sort of stuff. It's really cool to see the origins of a lot of this more well-known stuff nowadays. Like the Yoshis, or stuff that just they tried, but really hasn't made a comeback since. That I spell things like the feather item, which I think is something that should come back in a Mario game. In some they've done versions of it, but I think the actual one, I think it's in Mario Kart 8 or 8 Deluxe, but I think it would be cool to have it in this one. In an actual 2D Mario game again. Throwing the Goombas. I've never seen a Mario game where you could throw the Goombas before. That was really cool. Different styled checkpoints and just the flags. That was cool too. Which they probably they continue that from the NES version, but it fits in the category of what I'm talking about. Bull rags. I don't remember what those were. I don't remember. They may have been carried over from the Marios on the NES. I don't remember exactly off the top of my head. Charging Chuck, same thing. Holding items, which is something we did get to see again in Mario Wonder, and also was adapted in Mario Kart games. So that was really cool. It's really, really cool that those came back, and I want more of those stuff to kind of. Some of them have taken on a different form, but are back, and it would be really, really cool to see some of those other ones come back, maybe more of their original forms. But it was just cool to kind of take a look back at what was. And I gotta give credit where credit is due. There's some really creative level designs in this game, especially coming off of Mario Bros. 3, which is another really well-revered Mario game. But this, and they really carried off a lot of the stuff from that game into this game with the stronger hardware that they could work with on the Super Nintendo. And again, I played it on GBA, but there's other stuff too. Very creative level designs, I thought. Some stuff that, we're seeing more and more of now. They kind of regressed with that when they started going back to, like the new Super Mario Bros. Stuff. But stuff with Wonder, they're coming back to that, which is cool. But very creative, I thought. And the hints are really nice, and also something that you just don't expect to see in a game of this old. But I did like it because I don't have the manual for the game, and I'd rather not look up a walkthrough. If I don't have to, I don't like looking up a walkthrough. I don't like, looking up stuff online. I'd rather just play the game. And it's really nice when you have the hints in there to just let you go and play the game. So that's cool. I like that. I do think it's cool that you can play as Luigi, even even in just in single player mode. I didn't really play with Luigi that much, but I thought it was a cool option to give it, especially another novel thing that they really expanded on. Hopefully, with this game being on the Super Nintendo and one of the older ones. So now, one thing, this is where I'm going to talk a little bit more negatively about the game. The difficulty is relentless. I thought the controls are very finicky and annoying. I don't know if that is really just because I played it on a DS Lite. That's why I kind of wanted to try with the Super Nintendo version, but that one's not working right now. But I feel like a lot of the complaints there would still be the same. Maybe a little bit better on the original hardware, but I think most part it wouldn't be any different. There's just a lot of finite areas in the game that make it you can't go too fast, but you can't go too slow, and the balance always changes of how fast or slow you gotta go, which is annoying. And it's just you die really quickly, and you gotta be very, very timed with your jumps. And I know that's people may call it good game design, and yes, there's a lot of creative stuff and a lot of out there things that they did with this game, and I really appreciate that, and I like that about this game. But this is by far the hardest Mario game that I have played. You can combine the 2D and 3D games, and it'd probably still be the hardest that I've played. But I'm just gonna say hardest 2D that I've played, and I played a lot. I mean, I played all three of the original Mario Bros. Played this one. I played now Mario World 2, which I haven't reviewed yet. Probably review has not gone up yet, but it will soon. New Super Mario Bros. All those games, and now Wonder. This is the hardest one for sure. And again, like I said before, having a game with very relentless difficulty can take away from your experience, even if it is a very good game, which this is. I'm not going to say it's a bad game. It's a really good game. But that can take away from it for me. And I'm sorry, that's my opinion. People have different opinions, and that's okay. If you're more of a fan of that and you think that makes the game a lot better, go. That's fine with me. But for me, it's just not what I was thinking of. And then, but I will end on a good note about the game. The music. Yes, I love the music. I love the music. It's very nostalgic and catchy. Even though this was my first time ever playing Super Mario World, it just felt very nostalgic. It just rings in my head, and it's a nice tune. So even if you go and dying 100 times in the same area, I get to listen to some banger tracks, so it's okay. Everything is just fine in Mario World. See what I did there? That's right, baby. But yeah, this is not my favorite Mario game by far. But it's not a bad game either. I can't call it a bad game. The fact that it's a Mario 2D game, it has a standard of quality and excellence, a very high standard. So its floor is very high, but that doesn't make the ceiling very high either. So my final score for Super Mario World, I'm probably gonna have to give this one a good. I'm gonna say 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Again, not my favorite by far, but I can appreciate a lot of the great things that they did with this game that both inspired other things that would come in future Mario games or would continue in Mario games. So that was good. But that's going to do it for this review of Super Mario World. If you've ever played Super Mario World, I'd love to know your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? I know most of you probably don't agree with me, and that's okay. You can let it all out in the comments. But that's going to do it for this review and this video as well. So stay tuned for much more amazing content, including more game reviews and other awesome stuff. Till next time, see you guys later. Goodbye.